We'll start talking in about 5 seconds. Alright, welcome back everybody to Limeade 1.0, presented by Lime City, benefiting Philo. On deck we have Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots by Raichu. Take it away, guys.
Hi, it's me again, the guy who's bad at MGS too. I should be hopefully less bad at MGS4, but we'll see. I did bring somebody who's much better at MGS4 than I am, Sergeant.
Oh, thanks.
He's gonna help me. He's not gonna play the game for me, but he's gonna talk about it if I get stuck and need to concentrate. But
Yeah. Yep.
This
Sarge. Hello.
This Friday is not too difficult because it's liquid easy. There are some like difficult parts to it, but for the most part it's pretty straightforward. I probably won't die. That's fairly unlikely, but you could get kind of just lose a lot of time and silly. It's an awful lot like MGS2E, you know. And I think a lot of these, like the easiest difficulty makes it like the harder run to do as fast as you can, because there's all sorts of little things. But anyway, so immediately we're cheating and we're loading a save. The reason we load a save is so we can skip those silly TV shows, and it just saves us 2.5 minutes. It only saves us that in RTA. It is attached to our IGT, so it kind of doesn't matter. We've just kind of all agreed, or well, the runners long before me agreed it was totally suitable. So
it's just easier on resets, because 2.5 every reset is like sitting through. Oh, I don't know, something like docs or something every run. It's just boring.
It's even worse because at least in the docs you can do something. Here you can't.
True. You could change the channel.
That's true. No, you have me there. So we'll start time when I press start, and I'll count you in. 3, 2, 1, go. So here's Snake. He's old, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have those sick moves. We're in the middle of a war. We're not fighting in the war, but we look like we are. That's because Snake is he's a master stealth man. He'll disguise himself as necessary. In this instance, we're disguised as a militia. There's a gecko. I know they sound like a cow, but they're not cows. That guy on the thing with the gecko is they can just kick the shit out of you if they want. So that's like the worst thing they'll do to me on liquid easy.
Yeah.
No,
it's not gonna do much damage, but it's gonna send him flying, and Snake has to recover. So yeah, it's more of a time loss than anything.
And unlike,
it's not really a risk.
Yeah, and unlike MGS2 or 3 or 1, when Snake gets kicked, he doesn't just like fall, do a little flip and fall on the floor. He like ragdolls and flies across the map. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's pretty amusing. Yeah, Ed calls them cows. Well, Mrs. Raichu also calls them cows. I remember the first time I played MGS4 in front of her, she nearly died just laughing at the ludarity of, you know, this big giant robot that you're supposed to be terrified of mooing. It's not very scary. So one nice thing about MGS4 is you can skip codecs with just the start button, same as you can cutscenes. So that's pretty nice. That's a good time. Oh, that's the wrong weapon. So we need to cause a caution there. No, stop, Snake. I had auto aim, I don't like that. So one thing you want to do is, when you're moving, you don't want to have a two-handed weapon equipped because it slows you down. And the reason for that caution is just to skip that cutscene of the, like, what's that thing called? I'm sure there's a name on it, but I can't think of it right now. Of the little truck with the soldiers.
Right, if you get a chance, could you turn me up so people can hear me a little better, if you don't mind?
Can do.
Sick.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. Definitely after this room. This room is, on LE, it's pretty inconsequential, but the devs decided that they would put one of the hardest rooms in the entire run pretty much right in the front of the game. As you can see, Raichu doesn't care. He's just gonna run past the guy. But if you're going for something like Big Boss in this game, there are multiple guards in that room that will just end your day. Like, they don't care about your run.
Yeah, like, There's a new Actually, I'll talk in a second. Do that.
Yeah, he's doing a menu right here.
Oh, the sleepy satchels.
So, New Game Plus, he has every item he picked up in previous playthroughs available to him. There's actually a guide to the best way to menu in this game so that you are set up for the longest possible stretch. So that's what he tried doing there, was put on the weapon, put on the camo, all the stuff he'd want so that he never has to menu again in Act 1 if he did it correctly.
Which is great. And very, very useful. And I will turn you up right now. Oh,
Awesome.
Can you turn me up as well? And are you okay if I read a donation once you've turned me up?
they should be more of a, and that should be good. And go ahead,
It's
yeah.
pretty dark in there.
Thanks very much.
Switch the solid eye to night
So
vision
we've got
mode.
$75 from Mai, which takes us over the goal for the whole day today. So we're over $500. We're currently at $514.93. And she said, already told it, I'm not finished yet. I really wish you only the best, Philo. Thank you so much for that donation. I'm actually going to be coming off host now, and Mayu's actually going to be taking over. So best luck with the run, and thanks for having me. I'll see you all in a little bit.
Fine donation. It's very nice to see.
It is.
So yeah, like this is just run to the end, pretty much. The
Yeah.
disguise
What's
means
going on?
they're not worried about us. So kind of the way the militia, the rebels, and so on, they work.
So that's where
They work in this game is they're either indifferent to you, friendly toward you, or hostile. And Snake's actions largely affect how they feel about you. So if you decided to stop and give them a hand on the battlefield, they'll be your BFFs, and their names will be blue. If you shoot a bunch of them, they'll be red names, and they'll try to kill you. And if they're yellow, they're indifferent. They just kind of don't really care one way or the other.
Yeah.
But while you're in their little hideout, if they see you and you're not wearing the disguise, they'll make you stop so they can have a look up and down at you, and then they'll let you on. But if you run past them while they're like, "Hey, hold on there a second,"
Hurry and get to the
they'll
rendezvous
become
point with
hostile
our
immediately.
informants.
So you have to be.
First, you'll have to get to the other side of that.
So if you're going for like big
tunnel.
boss, you
The only
really
way
want to wear
across
the
is
disguise.
straight through.
And on lower difficulties, wearing disguise is just saves a headache because they can.
Yeah.
They're not going to kill you, like I've said, but they can stagger you if they shoot you enough, and it's just
Yep.
one thing.
Dagger also causes, like if you look underneath Snake, he has another bar underneath his health, which is his psych, and stagger causes your stress to build up, which causes your psych to go down, and all of that stuff is stuff that if we can avoid, we don't want to deal with any of that, because it just slows Snake down in general. He's old, as we stated earlier.
He's an old man now. Or more like, he's not that old, he's only like in his 50s, but he looks like he's about 90.
His body's in his 90s, his mind is in his 50s.
Yeah. But yeah, so what we're doing,
Okay,
in
Snake.
case you're unaware,
Hurry
is
to
we're
the
just going to meet
rendezvous
Meryl.
point. Your
Like, wait a
radar
minute.
is marked with which way
We're
to
meeting
go.
our contact. We don't know who it is
Yeah,
yet.
that's true. That's true.
But now that you've spoiled it, go on.
So I'm just going to and underneath this guy, which was helpfully placed just precisely in the right position that I can get over it like that. And so we're going to meet Meryl, or more accurately, we're going to meet Rapture. And if you write that down and read it backwards, I'll give you a special message. But yeah, so we're going to meet Meryl. Why are we being Meryl? I'm not even certain, to be honest. I think she has information,
Dory?
but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she has information on the reason we're in the Middle East right now, which is I believe is a quote this game uses often. So one of the big things this game actually prides itself on is exploration. Like that last room has a whole bunch of different ways through it, along with helping the rebels. But as you saw, we didn't really care. We just ran through it. So now we have to climb this tall building, and the enemies decided the best thing to do would be put these sleep gas mines on the ground. So we need to make sure to shoot them, otherwise we're gonna have trigger them and fall asleep. And we don't want to do that.
Yeah, 'cause
There is a strat to pick these up, but we're not. There's another sleep gas item, which Raichu, I believe, menued in with the satchel. So we're gonna see some really cool things because this game has a lot of ways to do a lot of different things. So we're gonna see a really cool way to do the frogs in this. Which, if you've ever done casually, this might look a little impressive with how quickly he moves through these guys.
that's assuming I do it correctly, but
The next.
I mean, even if you don't, we'll just say you did. That's how speedrunning works, right?
so it's like Sergeant said, the frogs are not. You don't just. You kind of skip a couple of waves ideally and do all sorts of silly stuff that if you haven't seen it before, it will look pretty cool. So anyway, I want the PG. That's better than the Mark 22, whatever it's called in this game.
Yep.
Or the what do you call it? Oh, thank you.
It's the Mark 22 in this game.
So I need to keep Jonathan alive. He needs to come
Oh,
rip. Sorry.
spicy.
So I need to wait for Meryl. She has to do like a stagger there. Otherwise, it'll go badly for her. Then we'll just care for these guys.
Yep. So on this difficulty, when he hits the frog's just gonna die in one hit. Easiest difficulty decided. Easiest way to deal with enemies: kill them in one.
Sleep gas here. And I'm gonna wait. There's gonna be an explosion, and then I'll set it off. I believe you press circle to do that, right?
I think so.
So there should be an explosion. Oh no, I forgot the one upstairs.
Ooh, okay.
So ideally we wouldn't deal with these guys at all. I should have put a sleep gas at the door. And when the frogs, when those frogs go up that trap, that one. So I was getting a little bit. Excuse me. Very.
So, do you remember you have to replay the trap that you
Yeah.
just accidentally used?
Yeah. That makes it.
Yeah. So all the frogs in this are based on triggers to spawn every single group of frogs. We know where all those triggers are. There's a lot of audio cues here that Raichu's listening for to make sure he hits them all. And then what the sleep gas satchels typically do is we know where the frogs are going to spawn, so we have the sleep gas set up, and that just takes care of all of them.
So now that they're all dead, I'm gonna place 3 along the way here. So there, or 4. Sorry, I'll place 3 along the path, and I'll place 1 more just about here. So you don't have to rush too much, but you kind of don't want to spend too long here because we need to be waiting for rat patrol. Probably a little bit behind.
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do here is, or I'm gonna let Sergeant do it while I concentrate on that.
So Rat Patrol's gonna get into a specific spot here. And once they do like a stagger, if you touch them, you're gonna interrupt a animation, and it's going to get Rat Patrol moving instead of waiting for Johnny to complain about needing a bathroom and then, well, using the bathroom. So it's a little speed up to skip some cycles, because just like all the frogs, Rat Patrol is on scripted movements, and we just ignored that fight because that fight's all about keeping Snake busy while Rat Patrol moves through. And then once Johnny gets into a position, we can again manipulate him so that we can head on into this little restroom area, which a wall is going to explode, and then we're going to bypass a flash grenade, head on into this room, and just start clearing out frogs as they spawn up in this room, because the room won't progress, and we won't be able to wake Johnny up until we've taken care of all these frogs. So right there, I actually wanted to talk about this earlier when we were on the roof. You'll notice that Raichu actually shot that frog, but it didn't die. And the reason the frog didn't go down is because in MGS4, frogs, which are the Pikmin troopers it takes for shooting, they actually are completely immune to damage. They'll be hard locked at 1 HP while in the air. It's impossible to kill them. Even when they land, they'll still be alive with 1 HP. Additionally, if you shoot them non-lethally while a frog's in the air, it will remain airborne until it lands, and then it will fall unconscious. That's just something weird with frogs. For some reason, their frog animation always takes place before anything related to Snake does.
Yeah. So this is just an unskippable cutscene if you're wondering.
Yep.
Not watching it for fun.
Just weird, unskippable cutscenes that exist.
So I want to punch Ed to get him to hurry up, and then I'll just land on him. Damn it! To hell with you. Screw you. That was just. You're supposed to land on Ed and Jonathan to make them hurry up.
Yep.
Let the grenades come, and when frogs start falling in, I'll set off those hatches like I did earlier. And that will like knock out the majority of them. So I can just, even if they're on the wall, kind of underneath the satchel, so it's pretty good.
Yep.
She was about to fly, so she didn't die.
There's supposed to be 2 more frogs that appear up top up there, but those sleep gas satchels. Oh, I think you set them off a little early. Those 2 frogs there would have not shown up if the sleep gas satchels had worked.
I need to stand here. I need to keep Jonathan. And oh my god.
Just punch him for good.
I was supposed to keep Jonathan and Akiba back, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. He just was a bit too quick.
The fight has so many triggers and precise
Complexities.
places and things you need to be at precise times that it could be a bit of a front-loaded to learn, but once you get it, that fight's usually pretty good on execution.
It's just rust, basically. I haven't done it in a while, so I'm just like, uh-oh.
No worries.
Okay,
Hey,
time to head
you're-
for the surface.
You're one of the few brave people to run the game. That's good enough.
So I'm gonna keep the sleep gas satchels out because if you remember earlier, I did say you would run faster with one-handed weapons than with two-handed weapons. And I don't really need a weapon anyway for the next couple of minutes because we're almost finished Act 1. Run through here, then we can which door? Like, treat it out.
If anyone's interested, we're actually extremely interested in finding a way to skip this cutscene here. There's other things we're trying to skip in this game as well, but the biggest potential is finding a way to skip that cutscene. So if anyone wants to mess around with this game, it takes like 15 minutes to get there.
Yeah,
Go ahead and mess around. See if you can find something. We'd love to find a bypass for that.
Yeah, like I've tried looking at stuff as well. I've tried causing cautions and alerts. It doesn't seem. I thought it would be a little bit like at the beginning with the true transport. Yeah, piece of shit.
Wow, he did not want you playing that.
I'm glad he didn't knock me off with that. I'll keep my rational just because I'm about to get shot up a little bit in the next area. It's fine. This is like the last room of the game, pretty much. Or sorry,
You mean of Act 1. If it was the last room of the game, the run would be much more popular.
no wait, what? Wait a minute. There's more.
Well, hey,
It does get a little bit confusing though when it's broken up into like acts like this. It gets a little bit like we're almost finished. Act 1. So we're just gonna run past these guys. Don't need to worry about it.
you should have done barrel strats, but then you have to menu it in.
Yeah.
Nah, barrel's slow.
Yeah, it's not working anyway. Maybe for me, like
Apache wants us to make the speedrun fun. I don't think we can do that, buddy.
yeah, you're asking. You have to play a different game. So
Alright.
really all this is just finding. I've never seen a green traffic cone. Except in
So, Raichu actually has rations equipped. I don't, just like every other game, if he has those equipped, it will get used automatically, which is very generous, but he could use them if he wants. There's a bunch of different I might as well explain this now because we're just doing a bunch of cutscenes. There's nothing really to explain here. The way this game works is all of your tallies are added up. This is New Game Plus. All of your scores, your alerts, everything is added up. And if you get through on LE with 0 continues and 0 ration items, he's going to get the rank of Wolf, which is the highest you can get on this difficulty. If he ends up using a ration, we're going to see Raven, which is for beating the game in under 5 hours. The way the emblems work in this game is really weird. They're organized interestingly, but essentially he'll earn the best and go down. So we're hoping for no rations. That's the big tech of LE, is rationless, which I believe we are on pace for, Raichu. You did not use one, did you?
No, I don't think so. Well, I wasn't. I didn't really look at the score screen, but we'll see at the end of this.
Wolf rank.
Yeah, that's basically. You want that wolf rank, just so you can show off.
I mean, we could do LE Big Boss, but that's real showing off right there.
It's almost just that's silly in its own little way, you know. So one thing I need to do is I'm going to quickly swap out my sleep gas satchels for the railgun, and you'll see why later. I could've just made
And the M82 and the
Head for
javelin.
the research lab where Naomi's being held. It's to
Later?
the north.
Okay.
I forgot. No,
Yep.
Because I want to put on the big boss mask because otherwise I'm going to be shot to death. And I want to keep
Oh.
I want to keep
Okay.
my no rations.
Yep. So this is the second menu of the game. If we menued correctly, you could also do stun grenades if you want to do the frog strat. If we menued correctly, we won't need to do any more menus throughout this entire. This is the second hardest run room in the game, and we're trivializing it entirely by putting on the face camo. This face camo is earned by beating the game with the big boss emblem, which means no continues, no alerts, no kills, no recovery items, all under 5 hours. And as you can see, it has a massive radius and it just incites fear. This game is this huge play on emotions and psychological warfare and stress. And this camo really demonstrates that, because all these guards that would be shooting at us, we spook them. We give them a little spook.
Snake.
Yep, I think you're stuck on the tree.
And there's like emotion rounds and stuff you can use. And we'll see that used in the next act. We'll use it on some of the PLCs. Just to screw it.
Yeah, in fact, this codec here is the one that specifically says, by the way, you remember MGS2? We're back, and she's a psychiatrist now.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Remember how remember when she was a data analyst? Yeah, and there's a turtle. Or a guinea pig or something.
Yeah. This game does tackle some serious issues, but and we're not gonna get into what this game is saying, because just watch the cutscenes and get a bag of popcorn. You'll be here for the next 6 years.
Unfortunately, I feel like while they tried their best to tackle the issues gracefully, they just kind of did like a bit of a shit job of it.
Yeah,
And I
there's
just felt a bit
definitely
shoehorned.
there's people who feel like they made light of serious issues with this game, and you can watch all that stuff on YouTube. There's a really good video called MGS4 Was a Mistake. Highly recommended if you have like 4 hours.
Also, do you remember MGS2? There, that was right, just there.
Yeah.
Right on.
We didn't know
On Pliskin's frequency.
I did not know it was Pliskin's frequency, actually. That's cool.
Yeah, and I think for MGS1 it's Monster Millions, so they just recycled it from MGS2 and
Wow.
they don't use it in MGS3, I don't think. They gave them like, well, save for Major Zero and Paramedic Save. Frequencies are used in MGS3. They don't really use them in the other games.
I did not know that.
Well, is that true? Yeah, I think it is. 'Cause I
It
don't
probably is. There's probably a lot, and I bet Portable Ops uses the same ones too.
I think he uses it for like. It's funny because it seems like in all the games, 1, 2, 3, 4, and portable ops, your like support team is always 140.85. And I think Otacon gets to use his own frequency here. I think it's 1.4 or 1.12 or whatever it is.
Ooh, you're doing road strats. All
The
right.
wrong way. I'm an idiot. Good lord.
Go.
So, yeah.
So, that guard that Raichu just rolled into is actually a prime example of why Liquid Easy is actually not the easiest difficulty, because in this difficulty you have to literally walk up 2 guards in order for them to turn around and see you, and that guard will actually you'll bump into him and cause an alert, so you actually have to expect that and take care of them. Every other difficulty, they'll hear your footsteps and turn around first.
So here's a little fun thing to think of. That guy just drew himself. So that's actually, and it's pretty cool about that mechanic because it's back from MGS1, which for you people, for anyone who hasn't seen an MGS1 speedrun, when you throw someone or oh, we got a raid. That's pretty cool.
We did. Oh, thanks for the raid, guys.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
you can swap weapons to cancel both reload animations, but also cancel CQC throws like that. So guys will just slam themselves on the ground, and Snake will have no idea what happened. Yep. This is another good room that has a lot of. I've never seen that strat before. I like that. This is another room that has a lot of options. You can go right, you can go left. There's advantages and disadvantages. Is that the first time you've used auto aim as well?
Yes. I will use it in some on the bike chase, but
yeah. So this game has auto aim, which basically you push the square button. That's all it does, and it makes it so that as long as your gun is within a fixed range, which is not very clear unless you know how to convert real-life meters to in-game units, the gun will always connect. And on LE, that's very nice because auto-aim is faster than actually taking the time to aim. So that'll allow us to just pop enemies and get them out of the way, in case they're going to body block. Again, realistically.
So that was RNG, like explosions
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's just totally random.
There's explosions, there's stray shots. That's all meant to facilitate the battlefield, and things like that just happen. Nothing you can do about it.
One thing I like to do.
Give it some cover and it might get you inside the compound.
Like
Wow, I'm learning so much from you. You should teach me how to play this.
Yeah, again, the oh, we have a hype train.
We do.
Thanks to that.
Naomi's
Awesome
lab
race
is
from
somewhere
Bob.
inside those mansion
Let's
grounds.
get this hype train going.
Proceed immediately.
And remember,
Infiltrate the place
everything
and find out where
donated
she
is
is.
charting subspace. This guy's hype.
Thank you so much for the 300 bits, you guys. We really appreciate it. 400 bits. Oh my god, this hype train is going. Alright, so we're just running through the manor. We've pretty much just been talking about whatever. It's pretty self-explanatory what's going on. Thanks.
And if
Um,
I'll just say quickly about the menus, you might notice I'll never bother to take off my operator. That's because in almost every cutscene, the game will force it back on you. And when it forces you to use a weapon in a cutscene, you equip that weapon like an officer.
Yep. You equip it not only to your set of 5 weapons, you equip it to your self and your current cycle or whatever you have equipped. So
you
yeah.
you get stuck with it whether you like it or not. So.
Yep. It does the oh my god, tier 1
Wow.
sub.
Whoa.
Whoa!
We're about to
Underwater. Dude,
hit
you
that
guys are
level 2.
insane. Thank you so much for the support, everyone.
Level 2 hype train for Philo.
Alright, so we're coming up on this is a frogs fight. all of these frog spawns are scripted. We know exactly where they'll be. So I believe Raichu is going to throw a stun grenade. He's going to move to a specific spot, throw a stun grenade, and just take out first wave of frogs just like that. And then what this is going to do is manipulate. He's going to move into a spot to manipulate the frogs so that they will just fall into a specific spot, and he'll just take them all out. Back to back. On LE, it's only going to be these two frogs you see here. And then we can just move straight on into the next boss fight. Setting up for...
Do we have time?
After the boss, maybe.
We little... Okay.
Oh my god.
Custom check.
Actually, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead with that. You're
Yeah,
good.
we have one gifted sub. Apache gifted one sub to Elton Twitter. Sorry if I pronounced it. And then X got an X gifted 5 subs. This is insane.
All my days. So I'm charging up the railgun. Once with level 3.
So, as stated with Frog, this is another fight that's scripted phase, and New Game Plus is just do optimal. I don't think she's on that one. She's on the other one because you were too close to that one. Nope, she's the dummy. She's the dummy. So yeah, with New Game Plus, full charge railgun instantly gets her out of her first hide and seek phase, puts her into a bunch of scripted spots. So we take care of a dummy, then we take care of a doppelganger. Then depending on what happens, we'll see what we'll see depending on what. Oh, you just going for Frog?
No, I'm a moron. That's fine.
I think that's her right there anyway. So then a Frog, then she's gonna pop in through a window. We're gonna take care of that. It's just gonna be a lot of this, just window, okay, this, that. And there's a lot of technicals to this fight that are kind of hard to explain.
Naomi? But why?
So if I had to do it perfectly, I'd have skipped
It's
the
another
frog
mimic.
and just
Watch
straight
out,
to Naomi.
Snake.
You can't skip the and we're done.
Okay. So now's a good time to relax and catch up on all the stuff that's just happened because that was crazy.
That was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm just gonna
So-
shoot somebody in the face. There's nothing
So-
exciting about that.
Also, I still can't say this, pronounce his name right. Alstripos gifted 3 subs.
Snake, she's shed
We
her
also
suit.
had another gifted
Who
sub
knows
from
what she'll throw at
Apache.
you next? Watch
And
out.
we had 500 bits from Andreas 1999.
We're at level 5.
So the level 5 hype train for Philo.
Wow. I like looked away for like a second. It's level 5.
Yeah, it's so insane.
Congrats. Oh, it's
And
cool.
another 100 bits from Stuxy.
Everyone's really hyped for MGS4 then.
Yeah.
So yeah, oh lord, I'm all flustered now, Jesus. Yeah, so what happened with the beauty
Snake,
is, if you're
follow
familiar with
Naomi's trail
MGS4, you
and
might
find
be
out
like,
where they
wait
took
a
her.
minute,
Watch out though.
she's supposed
You
to
might
like
run
dodge
into
you
a few
and stuff.
holdups along
But
the way.
if you get on your belly, or on Snake's belly I guess, she'll go down on the floor with you, then you just want to tap triangle to roll onto your back, and while she's prone she can't do anything about it, and
Snake,
I'm just using
the
the
trail
night
splits
vision
up into
because
multiple directions.
I'm not 100%
Look closely
sure
at the
of what the
footprints.
trail is, especially after playing it for so long, so I'll just use night vision to make my life easier. But this is really kind of boring.
Looks like they
It's just
split up here.
Following Naomi's trail, and that's the wrong way to go. So that's where we're at right now. So yeah, anybody have any questions?
You think that could be Naomi's?
The guy's not very bright. Just from right under.
He's here.
Yeah, I bet you can.
50 meters.
Speaking
I
of
love
smell,
that
actually,
guy.
a little fun fact about MGS4. If you smoke cigarettes, like in the game, not in real life, the guards can't actually smell it if they're close enough to you. They'll point out that they smell
Huh?
cigarette smoke.
That's
Which
weird.
is cool.
Naomi's shoe prints just vanish.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Just hers.
You're literally teaching me so much about this game.
But what's even funnier about it is Snake's like defense about his smoking is not bad for other people or whatever it is because he uses smokeless cigarettes that don't have any secondhand smoke. So how do they smell it?
We have
Wait a minute.
another 100
It's the
bits
salad
from
eye. The sound is getting your position
triples.
away.
They
Take
just
cover,
keep
Snake.
the hype train going.
That's we can do it.
What happened?
We can do it. We can
Yep.
get. Sorry, just gonna run this whole guy's whole life.
They must have gone separate ways here.
Thought he was a smart ass. He wasn't as smart as he thought he was. And another little fun MGS4 fact. You know you're following the right trail when you don't see Naomi's shoes, but if you see the deeper, darker footprints, it's because that particular soldier is carrying extra weight. The extra weight being he's got Naomi at his
The
back.
footprints go in different
So,
directions.
Those are little fun
Oh,
MGS4.
right, you go straight to that room normally. Okay, sorry. You're the gamer.
Am I going the wrong way? No, I'm not.
No, this works. This works.
I'm just.
Yeah, it's fine. You're not the only person I've seen take this path.
I'm noticing more footprints now.
There's
Security's
so
getting
many
tighter.
ways through all of this stuff.
Yeah, and there's so many wrong ways to go too. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I want to do.
I'll let you know if you take a serious dead end, which would be not good later. But
There's
for
like-
now,
And we're saying there's like little bit of trap stuff they set up for people. It's like, hey, we're just gonna
Snake,
kill him. with
I'm
people, I
bringing the
guess.
chopper to the other side of the market up ahead. That's
Where-
as close as I can get. You've got to make it to the market somehow.
the game never clarifies that the turret's lethal, even though it does
Snake,
count as a
fire
kill.
the machine gun. Stand
But I
next to
mean,
the
it
press
doesn't.
the
It's not
crash
red, so
Then
maybe
use the
it's
right stick
not.
to aim, and press the attack button to fire.
And I think
Watch your aim.
I don't know. Like I feel like this doesn't matter if you shoot these guys or
Powered
not.
suits are in
Then
our
it sometimes
way.
feels like it
Take
does
them
matter a
out,
little bit.
Snake.
But I know when you're doing extreme, you can hit them. You
Snake,
can't kill
you
people.
have to open up a path. Do
Yeah.
whatever it takes.
Yeah, so it's actually possible to both the war suits on the left side. It's actually possible to take them out before either of them even jump. The first one's really hard. Second one's typically pretty easy, depending on bullet spray RNG.
God bless bullet spray.
Yeah.
I remember like doing casualty. You get to like they must really like them. A stray bullet 6 miles away then. Hey, do something. Just slightly the wrong direction. And then you're dead. Or realize when you get to the end. The gecko, I do have to grab him all dead. The way to kill him. Like, I get them every time I see him. Right up the line. Alright,
The zombies.
Those gecko will try to ram you. Don't let them get too close.
I mean, so you can put the solid eye on if you want, to see through the smoke where they are. Their weak spot is technically this little, like, lip on their head. But it's kind of hard to see with night vision if you turn that on.
equipped the javelin earlier, and its only purpose is to blow up the gate ahead. So we just fire javelins into it. It's dead, basically. Oh shit!
Got an MGS on our ass!
That.
Oh no, a Metal Gear Solid is attacking us.
We're doing.
May I just slide in for a second?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to appreciate the hype train. We raised 2,230 bits and 12 subs for our hype train.
The gate.
Dude, I almost choked. I thought you were about to say that.
No. And first, that's right, the hype train. This is pure insanity. Thanks a lot to everyone.
Really appreciate that, guys. I'm sure Philo is very happy right now. Like our goal was $400. It was smashed on day one. No, it wasn't more. Sorry. It was smashed like day one. There's the gates. It was that easy.
Yeah.
So this part is pretty boring, I would say. Not boring, it's just, there's very little for me I have to do. I could just like wander off right now. Get ready for some speed! This particular part I don't actually have to do anything, so I'm going to opt to do exactly that. Nothing. Now put my controller down, sit back. No, I guess I'll talk to you guys.
This is one of the most exciting Metal Gear Solid games in the entire franchise. It is a auto-scroller, followed by an auto-scroller, followed by... Oh, would you look at that? It's auto-scroller time.
You know,
Followed by... Oh, is that another auto-scroller?
you know, I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. I come from running MGS 2 3. That's a little bit out from MGS 1. I don't have much downtime. So if I run a game where I can just put the controller down. Hang on! It's gonna get bumpy!
Even when you're skipping cutscenes, there is enough time in this game to go make a sandwich. At least once.
Yeah, you could. All you have to do is when I start. As long as you get you're good. See, I'm clearly like, I'm driving this car right now.
Yeah, you're playing as Drebin.
That'd be cool. I wish we could see Drebin.
That would be cool if it let you CPUs, or if the CPUs took Snake over and you could do Drebin through this. Then you'd actually lose a lot of time, because I can tell you right now, this APC would not control good in this engine.
That's what they're called. That's what they're starting it. I knew there was a name on them, but I couldn't think of it. Yeah, so you skip like an APC cutscene, which is pretty cool.
Technically, that might be a BTR or an LAV, but they're all the same thing.
Yeah, some sort of vehicle.
Too much Peace Walker the last few days.
So yeah, this is our last part of Act 2. Our only objective here is not to click on his face, which is pretty easy. But they could kick you.
If you need chaff grenades on the save file, remember that.
I don't think I do, but I'll get them just in case. It's better to have them and not need them than not have them.
Next one.
Chaff grenades in this game are like gold dust. You get them so rarely and they're so useful.
No. Even on the highest difficulty, you can hold a max of 10, and the game only ever gives you 8 unless you do some weird like manipulation of the game.
In Act 3, but nobody's got time for that. So yeah, we're coming up to Act 3.
Act 3. The wonderful, bestest Act 3. Do you know the shots? Are you gonna go for the shots? Okay. Are you gonna go for them anyway? You only lose like 40 seconds if you miss them.
Maybe. I think I know one of them. You like shoot at his feet at the start and he runs away.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna go for that one. Then. That
So
one's
this act is, the first part of it is just following a resistance member through town. There's 3 rooms. The first room is by far the hardest. The third room is another story altogether. We'll get there when we do. But there are a few ways to speed this act up that we know of. The first one, what we're talking about now, is you can manipulate the resistance member by shooting at specific spots, such as at his feet at the start of this level. And what that's going to do is it's going to spook him and make him run ahead. And again, this game is very heavily trigger based, but for some reason, when you spook the resistance member here at the start, what's gonna happen is he's gonna run past like 5 of his triggers, and it's going to essentially save like 35 seconds. But if we shoot a little wrong or if bad things happen, the VZ would. If we shoot a little wrong, and then the last one empty, because it's gonna put. Yeah, that's good. If we shoot a little wrong, he can run a whole bunch of different directions.
He shouldn't see me. I was gonna say the Laughing Beauty, but he shouldn't see me.
Yeah, as long as you don't hit him, hitting him is gonna be bad.
No, I meant the Laughing Beauty face camo.
Oh, yeah.
That's not really relevant. That's just like, so that's a little funny thing about this. If you wear one of the Beauty's face camos, which you get the Laughing Beauty face camos, or the Beauty face camos when you don't kill them. But
Taking a stroll after curfew? Something's up, Snake.
there we go. That
Hail
Should still be fine.
if you
Snake,
wear one of the Beauty
the
face
location
camos for
of a
some reason,
resistance member has been forwarded
they
to your
don't
map.
consider
Check
you
it
a
out.
threat, and they'll flirt with you and stuff, which is kind of hilarious.
Nice. All right, we got the good resistance member.
Pushing all the way over here. Wait.
Yeah, I mean the beauty. It's not going to be super relevant in this room. I guess it's not in the second room either because they're not going to see you at all, are they?
Chances are that they won't because they're blind, basically.
Well, if you do go to put it on, remember to take the railgun off because the game's going to get really wonky otherwise.
You know, just in case, because it is a marathon, I'd rather be safe. And it's kind of funny to watch Snake.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
girl.
yeah, you're going to have to menu at Raven no matter what you do anyway, so.
Might as well damn it to hell with it. So yeah, what we basically did there, or I guess what I did, or we both did actually, because Sergeant reminded me about it, is if you don't shoot him like that, he's gonna walk kind of like this from the very start. He's gonna stop there. He's gonna stop in like a bunch of places, and it's just it's annoying. The
He's gonna
purpose of-
point. He's gonna purposely cross the street at least twice for no reason.
I guess he's trying to like lose a tail if he had one, but he's not very good at it. I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna shoot this guy with the laughing ammo, so he's gonna just laugh manically. The reason for that is he won't advance
Those
when there's
resistance
somebody
fighters
there.
can't advance because of the PMC troops.
I should
Isn't
put-
there something you can
shouldn't
do
use
to help,
laughing, 'cause
Snake?
he's gonna kill everyone. Oops.
He'll be fine. He went over the other way.
So when you shoot them with a motion ammo, they like react funny, and I'm just gonna go on the crying one this time.
I think he's waiting for you to get to a specific
yeah.
spot. I don't usually shoot him from this location.
Is that what it is? I wonder if it's.
I have no idea what he's doing, but he'll move eventually.
I think it might have been that. Damn it, he's on my face. I take this.
Oh no.
The problem was I ran with a weapon. That's why you got all of them. So rip all that time save I had.
Yeah. He's gonna get up and he's gonna run wherever he wants it anyway. You just gotta let him entirely reset. Yeah, you gotta get out entirely or like save it, quit, and reload or something.
That doesn't tend to happen very often. So, he's fine. He's whatever.
Yeah, this act, wow, he actually recovered really quick. That's a good recovery because in this act, if anyone sees you, if anyone does something, this act could get very, very sketchy. Guys can do a lot of weird things and go all over the place, so we really don't want to see any of that if we can help it. Yeah, that guy has to get taken care of.
So what happened earlier when he wouldn't run, or when he wouldn't advance, I think is
Snake,
because
find some
the
way to
PMC
free
was
him.
shooting the other ones, and I
Yeah.
guess when he was on the laughing thing, he was just like, oh crap, someone shot it. Okay. But
You gotta. There you go.
Bro,
Oh, nope.
if I just advance and forward
Oh
myself.
dear. Oh dear.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So, Stuxy donated $5 saying all the best. Thanks a lot for that.
Maybe. Thank you so much. Maybe you should just save and reload the save. This might.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Is just that I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe like I've never seen him behave like that before.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't usually take that kind of movements. I was learning with you there.
Okay, let's try again.
All right. So the way saving works in this game is when you save, it saves your initial setup at the last time you got like checkpoint or continue. So what this is doing is he's reloading the room to back when he first met the resistance guy, and this is gonna let him redo the whole room. Resistance isn't gonna know about him. Guards aren't gonna know about him. He's gonna have his menu set up.
I'll just get rid of the railgun and put my beauty cam on. I don't know what was going on there. That was very strange. Anyway, so we'll use the right emotion ammo this time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the reload save puts him really far back.
This should still
Which
go.
can lead to some weird things, but I think that was still a good shot. Ooh.
Behave yourself.
No, I think he's going in the back alley, so we're gonna have to just wait for him to come back.
Piece of shit. That's fine.
Act 3 skip.
I wish.
So, speaking of finding cutscenes to skip, if anyone is interested, this is the biggest thing we'd love to have skipped. Just this alone is so... I think it's, what, 14 minutes of just following this guy across a few rooms?
Yeah, something like. Let me see. I can probably open my splits and find out what my segment time is. I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so typically I go up the stairs on the other side of this building, which is why I have no idea what you're doing on this side. It's a very interesting route to see this way.
It kind of doesn't really matter. I did.
That's true. As long as you know where he moves, yeah, it's all good.
So he won't
I'll
go anywhere
admit.
the black guys asleep. So he gets a little bit suspicious about it. So yeah, why we don't trank him, him being PMC. When somebody gets knocked out or killed, the PMC gets a bit frightened, and not the PMC, the resistance will get a little bit spooked, and he'll go over. He'll investigate if you've killed the gentleman.
There's another guy at the gate that he's waiting for you to take care of.
Is he talking? Oh.
Yeah, so, I mean, what Raichu, that question mark right there is what we're talking about. When a PMC goes unconscious, the resistance member gets confused, and spends about, I think that's 3.5, 4 seconds looking at him going, huh? What's this? What happened here? But when a guard is either feared or asleep, they essentially count as removed for the sake of his logic or his AI, but they don't spook him into investigating it. He just goes.
Yeah, he's like,
As long as we follow him, may I slide in with another donation?
yeah.
Martin donated $10, saying, "Wish you all the best. Stay safe." Thanks a lot. Highly appreciate it.
Over channel.
Snake, the location of a resistance member has been forwarded to your map.
So
Check
We
it
have
out.
we have no idea where he is right now. We really need this signal intercepted. Ooh, sassing it up. What's up, Raichu? What were you about to say?
yeah, that was it. Unfortunately, you can't just kind of run off to where he's like, because I think Sergeant said at the start here, this section, I guess, is split up into like 3 parts. We could technically just run off and wait for him at the end of this room, or the end of this area, I guess, but he won't actually be there until let me just move these guys and I'll see what I'm gonna say. He won't advance, is what I'm trying to say, unless you're like
Yep.
close to him. So
Yep.
you need to be around, like when he got to the start of those bushes there, he wouldn't move unless I was behind him. He wouldn't go off and do this whole like urinate thing and whatnot. Also, there's
Yep.
a dwarf gecko over there. I don't know if anyone knows that.
Nope. Teach me more.
That's dwarf gecko. 3 of them.
Oh, I didn't know they were there.
Yeah.
I know another spot they show up, but I didn't know they were there.
But if you get too close to them, they'll be hidden. He saw the bodies. God damn it, dude.
Yeah, the bodies need moved really far away.
See if we go. They hide and then just
Yep.
gone. It's amusing.
But we're not being followed or anything.
No.
They're just looking at Easter egg. Trust me.
Yeah. There's just a fan of this particular part. This is their...
Yeah. This is the Dwarf Gecko's favorite part of the game. There's actually a lot of like really cool stuff in here from a casual perspective. If you listen to the in-game podcast, all of these are modeled off of real places. This is all based off of, I believe, Prague is where they went. But on top of that, one of the interesting things they talk about in the Integral podcast is if you look at these buildings, they all have door numbers. And the number on the door told the game devs what chunk of the game this building's code is located in case they had to do any bug fixes or fix anything. In addition to some other really cool Easter eggs.
That is pretty cool, actually. And clever. From like a developer standpoint.
Yeah, I think like that one. I think these 314. Like if you said 314, the devs for this game would have known instantaneously where to look for a problem.
That is cool. I have to say, and it's like it is a really good idea as well.
It's a shame that the Integral podcast is difficult to acquire in-game anymore. But you could just look up the Metal Gear Solid 4 Integral podcast on like YouTube, and you can get all, I think, 18 episodes. If you're a fan of this game or the making of the Metal Gear, it's basically like a iPod track that you listen to as you play through, and it's really, really a fun listen. Like they really talk you through and explain how, like in this act, if you're in this area for too long, it actually stops raining after a while. Did you know that?
No, because I've always wanted to get out of here as quickly as I could.
Usually we see the rain end, but
but one thing I like about that podcast is it's the hosts of like the people on the podcast. They speak in such a way as though they were actually speaking to Snake. They're not speaking to you as a player. They're speaking to you as the video character. So it's not like they're speaking. It's like if I just listen to a podcast in real life, it sounds and feels like that, which is really cool because not only did they have to record a podcast for a video game, they had to act while they were doing it, and they did a really good job. I like listening to it.
It's good. It's good podcast. If I understood Japanese, I'd listen to the Guns of Heidi-chan 2.5 podcast, but sadly, I don't.
Get Apache teaching.
I mean, I've been learning from Saru Getsu, Saru Daisaku-zen, but that's not super teaching me.
Hey, thank you for your good run. Positive.
May I follow up with another donation?
Oh, please.
Yup.
Yeah. Alt Strippers donated $10 saying, "Stay safe, great stream to help a friend."
It is a great stream to have a friend. We're this Resistance member's friend, I'm Raichu's friend, everyone's friends.
Yeah.
Look how close we're getting to the Resistance member. So friendly.
Probably could have done that a little bit earlier or whatever. Because you want to do it before he starts like skulking around.
Yeah.
Stop aiming my gun like that because I'm gonna hold him up by accident.
You know, I've never realized this. If he was really sneaking, how did he kick that far away?
Yeah, it's like, how do you like he must just be looking like this and paying no attention to what's in front of him. Like, he should have seen the garbage can and just go around this side. Like, you don't. Like, what do you think was gonna happen? That it was a hologram or something? Like, good lord, moron.
All right. On LE, I guess if you want to go for the shot, you can, but no worries if you don't. There's another shot in this upcoming room. I don't think Raichu's gonna go for it because if you miss it, you lose a lot of time. It's but if you get it, you save twice as much time as you lose. But it skips a whole bunch of cycles. The cool thing about LE though
Where do I
is
shoot?
this.
I shoot?
As he starts stepping out, as his foot steps out the gate, shoot in front of his feet.
0 done. Look, I'm in Philo's 47. No! Oh wait, I know what to do here. It's fine. The easiest thing to do here is just save and quit. Dang. My aim was really bad there. I'll go for it again, I don't care. But I'll shoot a little bit. I mean, I really took that literally, to be honest. Like, shoot right in front of him. It's just in his general area. Enough to scare him. I don't think it has to be that precise.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that precise.
That's fine, whatever.
But we're gonna get some more nuts soon.
Oh, here we go. That's what that was in my ear? I was wondering, I was like, what the hell?
Yep. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna shoot at his feet. And it's gonna cause him to run ahead. But the cool thing about LE is that this room is typically one of the more challenging rooms if you mess up at any point. But if you on LE,
Something fishy about that PMC.
hey, that's the resistance member we wanted. That saves like 40 seconds to get that.
Even though I failed it the first time, I still think I'm like saving
Probably
time.
does. You don't want to get too close to him. He has to come back.
Alright, just stand
Do you
here.
see that? There's a barrel behind you. He's gonna go back to that barrel,
Alright,
pretty
I'll
much.
hear them.
Yeah, you want to go quite. I think you want to go even further back. He'll still see you.
Well, it's liquid easy. They can't see shit. They don't see you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So the cool thing is that this room, on any other difficulty, guards everywhere, guards at every corner, guards in a jeep, guards in a vehicle. They're everywhere. On LE, there's nothing in this room at all, except for if you go to a dead end.
And there's a couple of guys up around this corner, but they like have like you can actually just walk right behind them and they'll never see you.
Yeah.
They just have like a little patrol pattern that they do, and they're absolutely no threat to us. And speaking
But,
of the jeeps, I know Joe had some trouble with it.
Yeah, you could get the resistance member hit by the jeep, especially on the hardest difficulty, because the jeep begins from the start. But I mean, there's not really much going on in this room, so Mayu, if there's anything you'd like to plug or drop, now's probably the best time, or if we'd like to get those nuts taken care of, good time.
Yeah, because after this,
Sadly, we don't have anything right now.
Alright.
you slackers.
Now you call them slackers. Wow. Double
The interceptor has
standards.
analyzed the
Slackers, oh my
PMC
God.
data transmission. It's marked the location of a resistance member on your map.
I mean, yeah, sure, you might have like doubled the goal in a day. But come on, guys, honestly. Why don't you have donations prepared when I want them?
Come on, guys. This is the downtime. What's going on?
Yeah, because after this part it gets a little busy. Honestly, just a bike chase and a Draven. Then we go back to Shadow Moses.
You really good at spoiling the surprises.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not gonna spoil the big surprise. Because we're gonna play a whole different game. I won't tell you what game though.
MGS2. It really wants to call back to yesterday, right?
Yeah. So, and actually, when the game switches, and this is nothing, I'm doing it, it does it automatically, my capture card might freak out, but I don't mind it if it does. It doesn't like... The capture card is not a big fan of the resolution changing dramatically, or dramatically and drastically. It's
Yeah.
not a fan. I tried to put 2 words into 1 word there, that was stupid.
Basically, when it happens, if your Twitch feed like bugs out, it's not you, it's
Yeah,
the
it's
game.
me. Yeah, like the screen will flash and stuff, but don't worry about it. It's all part of it. I don't want those grenades, but I got them anyway. I'm like a magpie.
You are really hugging this guy.
He's my friend.
He's your friend.
There's something suspicious about it, but I can't figure it out. You hear?
You know what? I bet you could do the worm and reach the end of the room before him.
Yeah, God knows.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
I don't know.
MGS4 worm %.
Cause like, he's stops for like an awfully long time above here. But as a matter, like you want to be kind of close to him because when he gets Tanya, have those on. When he gets there, he won't advance until Snake is close. So if I was to like hang out here,
Yeah.
he'll just stand there facing your
This
general
far
direction.
away, he'll just never move. That's just another one of his triggers.
So you can actually lose the resistance. It is possible to lose him, and you'll have to go find a new one. But they kind of at the end they're a bit kind about it. He'll just kind of hang out and wait for you. Like if I wander too far off in
The
the other direction,
interceptor has analyzed the PMC data transmission.
Yeah.
It's marked the location.
I mean, when I said earlier about we're interested in a skip or something, you have now experienced the entire thing we're looking for a skip for. Currently, the only thing we know is that it seems the ending cutscene is triggered by that resistance member and Snake being in a fixed spot, but he has to go there willingly. So anyone who's interested in coming in and helping, we don't have a bounty, but I'm sure we could discuss something, because this act being removed is one of two things that turns so many players off from learning this run.
Yeah,
Like this act being here just ruins people's interest in this game.
and I don't blame them. You know.
Yeah, now that you've started running it, you get to experience the same thing.
I don't need to be this close. So I don't care.
Yep. Just don't hit him.
No, never hit him.
I've done that before.
Same.
Once on a higher difficulty, I got it in my head that I could shoot the grenade with the grenade launcher, and that caused a caution, which made him go hot and run away and
Yeah.
get seen. That was a fun way to lose the run.
There's a lot of fun ways to lose a run.
There is an MGS4.
So
Help us make the game fun to run.
It's actually kind of unfortunate because I have to skip the cutscenes, but like that cutscene where Snake forces away into Big Mama's hideout is actually really cool, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
A lot of these cutscenes are really well done, really good. It's just a shame that they were not released as a separate DVD that you could watch alongside the game.
Yeah. It's like he like bursts in the door as Snake does. He doesn't give a shit. And like one of the resistance guys on guard is there. And he's without a shit given. You see Big Mama. Like he doesn't care. It's like who does shit like that? I mean, you're gonna get shot in the face. Like, to be honest, if this is real life, you're shot in the face. You don't just walk in like, you see Big Mama. I'm not leaving till I see her. And then he just kicks the shit out of everyone because they call him old. That's basically
Yo,
what he did.
so cutscenes actually, if you do watch them, they have effects on Snake's sight. Like when he gets called old in that cutscene, his sight goes down 25%. So there are detriments and bonuses to watching them casually to get you more involved in the experience. But
Actually, just like back up by much there.
yep,
Yeah, like Snake ever gets called old, he gets really upset about it, which is, and that's like goes back into like the emotional stuff that's coming in here, so which is really cool. Because obviously it's upsetting. He's not really old, but he looks like he is. Look at him, he's ancient.
so if you've not picked up to it by this point in the game, MGS4 was basically Kojima saying, you guys want another game? Fine. This is going to reference MGS1, this is going to reference MGS2, and this is going to reference MGS3, and I'm going to sneakily disguise it blatantly in front of your face. Welcome to MGS3.
How's that for you guys? Some of these guys you do actually have to kill them. No wait,
Right.
this isn't extreme.
Do you mind turning the game down a little bit for everyone? Awesome. Thank you so much. So yeah, I mean, this section is just, I mean, it's just a giant sit here and you actually don't have to do anything. It's all one giant auto stroller, literally. All the background elements are moving on their own. Eva's moving. The only thing you can do is take guards out, which we're using the VZ here and auto aim, as you can see from Snake. Yeah, this game doesn't know where it wants to be audio.
Yeah, it's
It
like
went from way loud to way quiet.
yeah, it's pretty quiet. In most parts, but then you do get little sections where
I'll
it's-
remind you after Bike to turn it back up.
Raven's not too bad. Raven's pretty chill. There's just a
It's
lot
just
going
there's
on.
a lot going on right here.
Yeah, there's guns, cars, motorcycles, shouting. Snake die. And actually,
Yeah.
before I should probably have my XM25. So the XM25 I actually only use this once in the bike chase for bombing it twice. Just for fun of it. But you need to shoot Raven. For whatever reason, if you shoot Raven with the XM25, it will always take away 25% of the health. And that's the cap. So it's a bit like the Shadowhawk, except you don't have to spam the XM25 at her.
Yeah. Even on the highest difficulty, one shot and she'll always instantaneously hit a health threshold of about 75%.
And so I don't get yelled at for spoiling stuff. I won't, but it's important for the boss fight in a few moments. We really want to make sure that she has that 25% health gone.
We really want to make sure that the player understands that this is a callback to MGS3. That's what we want to do. Yeah, you did. You can always put the solid eye on to make sure. So this game is really evident during Bike Chase. If you're aiming or have auto aim on, you'll get this this view here. But if you don't aim, the game has two separate cameras where it just lets everything play cinematically. And
Yeah, I got her.
yeah, this scene really is just a cinema. Nothing here until the end will actually hit Snake, which on this difficulty and pretty much everything is trivial until you get to the hardest difficulty in the game. Then you have to really start thinking about your shots. Like that guy right there on that Jeep, he will nail you, and as bullet spray is random, so is where you get hit. So on, say, the hardest difficulty, that one bullet that hits Snake there could do half your HP, just like that. We really, that's not fun.
Oh, not generally. Allergic to that kind of smoker.
Allergic to 45% of my HP in a single shot.
And you want to get your health refilled.
But this is easy. Easy, we don't care. Easy, we don't even need to fight them.
In fairness, I feel like even if you're a big fan of playing everybody should play this on like easy, just to experience the game, because like stuff like what's coming up here is like really cool, but you can't be worried about it. You can't appreciate it on extreme, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. This literally upcoming section of this room,
Like I love this.
if you're on a harder difficulty, this is not something that you can breeze through. You have to be focused.
Like I love this bit. Like they're gunning for us, and then the trucks are like flipping over and shit. It's so cool, right? Because MGS before that was the most action we saw was like I always love when Ryan gets like blown up by the fucking Harrier. Or no, that's not what happened. Snake shot the grenade launcher and hit Ryan instead, and he gets like blown back, and he almost fall over the bridge, but he didn't. And that's all that matters, that he didn't. But then you get shit like this, like cinematic stuff. It's just cool. I think it's cool. It's very ridiculous, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It's very
Well, everything in
Japanese.
this game is ridiculous. It's MGS4.
Yeah.
Find me something that's not ridiculous, and I'll find you not MGS4. Almost said I'd hand you Peace Walker, but that game has its own ridiculousness issues.
Like all the Like what?
What?
Oh. I heard you
Alright.
like the tank. Here's the same tank. Here's the same tank with more health. More dangerous ammo. I didn't answer that. Answer this. Anyway, I better I thought the menu.
Alright.
There's some menu to be done here. And it's quite
If you set it up at the start, you should be good. You could do it doing beauty. We'll see once we get in. Yeah, and remember to turn it up a little bit. It was just for bike chase because it was loud.
Do I have the railgun on? I think oh no wait, I took the railgun off.
Okay, then yeah, you'll need a menu.
Just need a menu to railgun. Well, I just opened.
I'll
just check.
All right, so I'll explain it.
Yeah,
So
please.
what we're coming up on is Raging Raven, and New Game Plus is a really cool way to fight this fight. We're going to put the railgun on, and the advantage of the railgun is that we can start charging it because we know a very specific spot Raven is going to be at. So if we line ourselves up here, once the railgun's at full, all we need to do is wait for Raven to hit the spot.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I guess we're gonna have to do a backup here, and when we find Raven, we'll take her out. There she is.
She's getting a bit upset with me now.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to just jump off the edge and start this again.
do it.
Yeah, maybe. No, I've had no continues this far. Oh, there
You've
she
had
is.
no rations either.
There
Let's
she
get
is.
that wolf. Okay, so yeah, when she gets into a specific spot, or in this case, I guess that.
Ideally,
What's
you just one-shot her basically, as she's flying past, but that didn't work out. She, I think I was a bit too. I was supposed to be under the stairs,
Yeah,
but I was.
I
a little
think
bit
you were
ahead.
too close, and she ended
Oh.
up seeing you.
I was just a little bit too far, but that's fine. That happens.
The reason we shot it with the XM, as you saw there, was she started with only 75% HP. That allows us to one-shot it with the railgun, no matter where we hit her.
So I'm gonna do a little bit of menuing here, and then I don't have to worry about it until later. So I need the M82. That's there. I need the MGL 140. That's like incredibly important. I want blue smoke grenades. Those are like essential. And then I need the please. I need the master key. Again, urgent, very important. Forgot the chaps. Doesn't matter. Okay, lie down. Or don't.
You gotta roll. Okay, it's Ellie.
She can dodge. She can dodge.
She can. She
Just
can.
did this. Oh yeah, I don't need chaff grenades till after. Oh, so never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Relax, relax. It's just MGS4.
So that was Wolf. It wasn't ideal.
Raven.
Yeah.
That was Raven.
Whatever. They're all the same to me.
They are almost the same.
I'll turn the volume up again because we're past all the loudness.
Alright, so this is surprisingly not the longest span of cutscenes, but it is a lot of cutscenes.
Remember that worm? That GW worm? Yeah, it was useless after all.
Yeah.
Shame, huh? Remember all that? Remember Emma died? She died in vain. That's basically what they're saying there. Like Emma basically didn't have to die.
Nice. I wish it was Wolf. Fighting Wolf at the clock tower, Echo's Beak would be nice. So Raichu, how many games have you run at this marathon?
2.
How many are you gonna run now? I think you're gonna run 3 now, right?
Wait, for this marathon, this is my second and last.
Yeah. Nah. I think you're gonna run 1 more before you leave.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. This will be my third. There's a third wrapped into this.
Yeah, Raichu has a secret. He put it up his sleeve. Only me and him knew about it.
Yeah.
Well, everyone get ready. He's gonna surprise everyone with the 3rd run out of the blue because there are better things to play than MGS4. Let's be real. Like after what we just watched, the rest of the game's like that.
I'll just change some things around here. No, not saving. I don't have time for that. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, plug in the PS TV. There we go. Sorry.
There you go. All right. So yeah, better things.
So we're gonna do So this isn't an official category for this game, but I'd like to present to you MGS1 Heli 4%.
Yeah.
Philo,
So-
gonna add this to the board, I'm sure.
So I'm not qualified to calm this game. What exactly are you doing right now, Raichu?
I'm just getting through Heli 4 as quickly as I can.
Okay. All right. Good commentary. Good commentary.
So yeah, I think that's a world record. I think we can call that a world
that
record.
that might be a heliport IL.
Yeah, time the farm alerts, yeah, so I get the rat.
Yeah, new strats. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
what?
I feel cheated.
Well, I guess we're back to MGS4. Well, everyone give it up for Raichu's third run of the marathon. Back to the second.
Wait a minute, I don't remember this part in MGS1. Wait a second.
MGS1. I think MGS1 looks a little upscaled here. What happened?
Yeah, there's something wrong. This is the
Is
remake.
this the... Oh, you plugged your GameCube in. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Twin Snakes is the better version of MGS1 anyway.
No, it's not that version of it's not that remake. If you remember, and this like shows.
And find that heliport.
See, I used to be pretty fond of video games. I only speedrun nowadays, so I don't really follow like new video games anymore. But I used to like keep up with all the video game news, like all the time. And I remember there was a remake, or it was a fan remake, I believe, of MGS1. They call it like Shadow Moses or something like that. It still exists, but Konami made them cancel the project, so now it's some like fucking. It's like an art museum, a virtual art museum for MGS1, basically. But it was going to be like in Unreal Engine. They'd remake everything. There's a trailer for everything that looks the same. So
That's
what
cool.
I'm playing. As a matter of fact.
Yo, people are remaking MGS1 and everything. Like, they made MGS1 in Dreams. I'm ready for the MGS4 version of Dreams.
I was just really sad that they I'm not surprised that Konami ceased and desisted, and I'm not sad that they did it, because I mean, look, it's their God-given right to do so. I mean, they own the copyright. They can do whatever they want. What I'm sad at is that the developers are stupid enough to open their fucking mouth like when the project was in its infancy. They really shouldn't have done that. So yeah.
So anyway, we're in Shadow Moses. If you guys didn't know that. If you've never played MGS1, congratulations. This is MGS1 in 3D. Well, or the original one was in 3D. Ignore that. Ignore that.
Also,
I know
if
what
you've
I'm
never
talking
played MGS1, this door doesn't exist in the original game. So. It's funny, every time they remake Shadow Moses...
Are you sure? Wasn't that door obstructed by the catwalk? We'll
no, it
never
just
know.
didn't exist.
Snake,
So all I was
checked
gonna say
the
is like
APU
every time they
on
make
this floor
MGS1
and
again,
engaged the
or
generator.
like remake it,
Energy
or remake
output
Shadow
is
Moses,
low,
I guess,
but it
so where
should be enough to
they
power
add
the
new
elevator.
shit.
Try the
In Twin
elevator.
Snakes they added
See
like
if it's working.
those pipes that you could like freeze and heat
Yeah,
key
the
with.
heating and cooling pipes. They completely redesigned Rex's hangar.
When they made MGS4, Shadow Moses and MGS4, they added a door that didn't exist.
And they once again completely redesigned Rex's hangar.
Okay, first go
And there's a
down
cool
the
little
central
call you
hall.
can have it
Don't
on
worry,
here
it's
that
not electrified anymore.
he points out how the floor is technically could come live again. So this is our lab. We're back. This is Otacons lab. We don't have a ninja to fight this time though. I'm just gonna press start. You don't have to actually input anything.
Shame on the ninja. You know, ninja and MGS4 would actually be a really cool or a really bad fight. I don't know. I'd look forward to it though.
Unlocking the door
Yeah,
on
I
the
think it
first
could be
floor.
cool, but
It
it
should
could be
open
awful
now.
terrible. So we're gonna get our M82 out for this gecko. I think you can run past it. I don't want to have that right
Gecko! We've got Gecko!
now. I could have
So-
done is use the Mark II to blow him up.
Yeah. The geckos will either be one shot or 3 shot typically. They have a weak spot to the M82, but not the most obvious spot.
I'm trying
If
to
we
hit it
get
when
it-
I'm running, guys.
if we get it, it'll be very obvious. The next gecko will just go down. But 3 shots is still
Okay, Snake.
like a second and a
Take
half
the stairs
slower.
down and go to the north door.
So I want
I'll
to roll
open
in
it
here.
for you with the Mark III.
Now this section is funny. It's timed to have like 8 minutes or something, but if you kill the gecko, it's like 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
it's really nice that you don't have to wait like 8 minutes or however long it is. I'll see on the timer. I feel like
Yeah,
it's
this-
like 8 minutes.
This gun that we have is extremely important. New game plus, they both really want this gun, especially from this point onward. It trivializes geckos with how easy, because this gecko has a shielding on it.
Oh, man.
So if you try to
The Mark III
fight this
is
gecko
holding
with
the
like
fence
rocket
on
launchers,
the door. You'll have to
without
distract
chaff
them.
grenades, your rockets will just fly away.
Oh, it's 2 minutes. All right, never mind.
Yeah, 2 minutes and
Okay, Snake.
We do
15
it.
seconds.
So I'm here like it's like 8 minutes.
8 minutes or 30 seconds. All right, Wolf. Do you need to concentrate on this? I assume.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right.
For
So
me,
we're coming.
I need to concentrate that I throw the smoke grenade properly.
Yeah. So we're coming up on Wolf, and unlike all the beauties before this point, where we've just shot the beauty to take their health bar out, this beauty it's faster to defeat her in a non-lethal way. And the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna go to her spawn point. We know exactly where that is on this difficulty. We're gonna go to her spawn point, and we have smoke grenade blues because on New Game Plus, this is a option available to you. And what smoke grenade blue does is it makes it so that Wolf actually takes extra strike damage, which we want because we want to take her out in as few attacks as possible. A small like nod to the fact that Wolf is blue or sad, and Smoke blue does the same thing. So we're gonna line up a grenade so that it goes underneath her nose. We want to make her start coughing. If we get too close or something, it's bad. Ooh.
I missed my smoke.
Alright.
That's okay. All I have to do is just wait for her to run away.
Yep.
Oh. Ah,
No, you can only get one in that case.
that's fine. She'll run away, I'll just have to change. It's not ideal, it's a little bit of time loss. She'll run off
Alright.
now.
Yep.
Eventually.
So this fight has a lot of cool things to it. The frog units here will. This is also the only fight where you can get an alert in it during a boss fight. But the frog units will give your position away. That's actually a really good wolf move. And she missed with that. That's good.
There we go.
There you go. You
So-
got it.
So yeah,
All right.
usually it's like 3 or 4 shots, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah. The frog units, smoke, the way the wind blows, that's the only fight where the wind direction actually matters. Because she can smell you.
Oh,
And if she smells you, she'll chase you.
you fool.
Okay.
I thought I was too close, so I stood up. But she lay down as I was stood up, so I was like, alright, this works, whatever. Oh yeah, there's a
but
menu here. So.
yeah, casually, that's probably one of the best fights.
It
because
is.
it's an homage to Sniper Wolf from the first game.
And when you speedrun it, you just trivialize it, like
Yeah.
something speedrunners
Yeah.
ruin everything.
Solar gun.
Yes, that's it. Solar gun instead of these stupid things.
And
I have the chocolates ready. It's cool. Put up.
solar guns at the bottom, handguns.
Yeah, so I need the solar gun for a boss. I can't say what boss, that'd be a spoiler. Can't spoil it. Oh, also, everybody,
That's a good
Hold
one
it,
to not
Snake.
spoil.
Just give me a
That
second.
one's good.
Change the disc.
I have to go grab this too.
I know,
Just give me a second.
it's a pain. But you need to swap disc 1 for disc 2. You see the
Oh,
disc
man.
labeled 2?
Sergeant, I don't have
Oh.
disc 2.
Huh?
What do you mean you don't have disc
Oh,
2?
wait.
This is a
We're on
what?
PlayStation 3. It's
Oh,
a Blu-ray
well,
disc.
look at that.
Blu-ray
Otacon
or
solved their
2.
problem. I
No
guess
need to
we're in
swap.
luck, right? You don't need disc 2.
Yeah, what an age we live in, huh, Snake? Wonder
Huh.
what they'll think of next.
Damn it, Otacon, you're wasting my time here, dude.
Now, I wonder if because they put the disc 2 cutscene there, that confirms that MGS1 for the PlayStation 1 is canon instead of Twin Snakes.
That's a very loose. I'm an idiot. That's okay. That's fine. Snake's leg is broken now. You deserve that. Being an idiot.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I can just get my phone here.
It's fine. They took the animations from MGS3, but they didn't keep the. You have to go through the vent. But they didn't keep the like wound recovery system.
So I want to get here as my chat grenade. That's what I was trying to do, is roll the menu chat. But these guys won't leave you alone, and you want to get up the elevator. Just want like the. And they're no trouble. The main room you want chaff in though is not here. Here is kind of optional almost, but it's there's a room near the end before the second boss who I can't tell you. I do remember. I am a mod in this chat, so
you
if
hit
spoil it, I will ban you.
Really quick, I'd like to point out to everyone who played the original, welcome to the second Liberty the devs took. This elevator is here now.
To kill me.
Just exists.
Is that all you cared about?
Frank Yeager. The
Fun
man
stuff.
who you destroyed was my brother and my own family.
Chat.
Great
I
Fox.
want to get rid of that one. Ah, whatever.
You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple.
How do I get rid of this?
I vowed revenge.
But I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Ah, that doesn't really work when you have it going on. Okay.
I vowed.
I'm gonna stop being a child now.
It's fun.
PlayStation.
Don't think of Pachinko. MGS4 Pachinko coming out. HD remaster.
So when we get off this elevator, we'll throw in our chat, distract this gecko. The gecko are largely unaffected by the chat. It's the dwarf gecko who really get fucked up by it. The real gecko, they get a little confused, but for the most part they're like, they just power through it, they don't really mind.
It does stop them from kicking you initially, which is why we're able to just run past that gecko.
But yeah, which is
Otherwise
nice.
he would have kicked you.
But pretty much I'm just gonna run through here. I don't really care now. Sure does matter, like the chat placement and stuff matters a lot on extreme. You're going to the big boss. Yeah, I don't really care. So this room, the chaff are like vital. Because if I get an alert from the dwarf gecko here, it will follow me to the ends of the earth. And I will have to kill them all. And that'll take 500 years. And don't fall down there, you will die.
Just up ahead.
This is
The hangar's just a
the
little
only room in the game
Stay
where
on.
if you have an alert, you physically cannot
Rex is on
finish
the
it.
floor above you.
I
Use the
don't
lift.
know why this is the only room. It wasn't even like that in the original Metal Gear Solid 1. You could get an alert and still finish the room.
So,
But that toe locks.
so everybody likes Vam, right?
Vamp, what? I thought you already fought him. No, yesterday. What?
He's alive. What the hell? Come on.
How is Vamp here? Thankfully,
I'll take care of
Vamp may
Rex.
be here,
You
but
take
this
Vamp.
time we have the
Kill that
ultimate
monster.
weakness of
Get
vampires.
Naomi back, Snake, please.
No, I can't
think
because
you-
he's too far away.
Yeah, I think you've looped his AI and could probably just go over to him.
So here he comes. So he's gonna run after us.
No!
Wow.
What?
Jesus
He's
Christ.
he's a frog.
Yes, you did it,
We're gonna
Snake.
get our syringe. Because Vamp is immortal, I guess. Like, sure.
It turns out the whole reason for immortality is nanomachines. Who'd have thought of that? It's not like that's a running machine or something in this game.
So now we can fight Gecko, and I'll probably turn the volume.
They
Yeah,
blow up and
you
then
should
they
turn the volume down. This is gonna be worse than Bike Space.
I'm sending you data on where to aim. Put a bullet through their brains.
Way down.
There
so
you go. That's good.
It's not only.
All right.
I don't want to
So-
deafen anyone. Like,
So I would like to call everyone's attention to three things. First, we have Snake, who has to stop these geckos from attacking the people on the right side of the screen, which is Vamp, and is that Raiden? I think that's Raiden. I don't know why they're in this game, but look, that's them. Who are having their own fight, including explosive geckos, which if they go off, everyone here dies. But the most important and star of what is happening right here is not the fact that you're expected to play this while watching this. It's that they rescaled the aspect ratio. Everyone, if you look to the far right of your screen, you'll see there's a black bar there that the devs decided didn't need to be filled in. And they wanted to rescale this to fit perfectly so there'd be a huge black bar there. You've now noticed that, and you will not be able to look away from that.
Why?
Congratulations.
I never knew about that. Yeah, like, if I were you, you're a viewer, which I guess if you're listening to me, you have to be a viewer. Well, that's not true. I started. But if you're just watching the run, don't mind what I'm doing. It's very repetitive, and I encourage you to watch Raiden and Vamp, who are apparently have a rivalry.
The Raiden and Vamp fight is well done. So Railgun is slower than the 50 cal, but this sequence is a fixed amount of time, Taz. So it's really user's choice. The game gives you the 50 cal or the Railgun at the start, so you just use it.
You'd have
50
to
cal
menu
is fine.
your 50 cal, which is just pointless when it's like you're kind of just stuck here.
I mean, we have over 1,500 shots with both guns. It doesn't matter what Raichu uses.
Yeah,
He's killing all the geckos.
And you don't even have to kill them all in fact. You just have to wait out the fight. Like, I've gotten to the end with some geckos still alive, but as long as their fight finishes, that's all that matters. Yeah. Nothing else is important.
The scripting is where these explosive geckos come from. When you play enough, you'll start to get a hang of, oh, this is the last explosive gecko. This is the second last. This is the last wave. And once you take the last one out, it doesn't matter what geckos are alive. You could just sit there and chill. Because the explosive geckos are the things that are timed out to make this fight matter. We're also getting on the... Well, I'll just let it. No, I'm watching the fight. Were you fighting geckos? I've not been watching.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Raichu, you should see this action on the right side of the screen. It's so dramatic. You're missing it, Raichu. What are you doing?
I'm playing the game. And like Sergeant was saying, it doesn't really matter which about killing all the geckos. Not on this difficulty. Now on extreme, they'll fuck you up.
Yeah, they'll kill you. But we have crouch strats because when you're crouched, you recover HP. And we also have a couple spots you could sit to make sure you get shot minimal times.
And I know once I see Vamp being stabbed, I know I can just.
Yeah. I mean, could you do it? No, you can't. All right. Well, you could end it all right here, but I guess it's not your fight. All right, you keep it. Might as well keep the volume down for what's about to happen as well.
Oh god, yeah.
If you thought the last two things were loud.
Oh, you don't even know. You don't even know. So no, I won't say anything. I'm not gonna talk about the Ray fight. No, I will. Look, it's gonna go two ways. If it goes like the rest of the bosses have in this game, it's probably not gonna go well. But there is a potential to kill Ray like really quickly.
Yeah.
A little bit. And I haven't done it in ages, so it might go wrong. I remember how to do it at least. You fire all your down, jump forward, charge up his laser. The way it works is basically, or Ray I guess, has one light range here.
Well, technically while landing, but yeah.
So you can like incredible damage with your laser. And if it goes correctly, you'll pretty much die immediately on the first jump or second jump.
Yeah.
It's a much quicker fight. there's a backup.
Yeah, backup's hard. I mean, what I like to do, I like to take, I think it's like 2.5 steps, 8 rockets, or it's 8 rockets, then about 2.5 steps forward, and that typically manipulates them. That's what I like to do, but every runner has their own personal preference to this.
No, you're right. You don't. I was thinking dash.
There is a dash strat as well. Do what you're most comfortable with.
No, you're right. I did what I wanted to do because I could video. But yeah, this is press X.
Yep. Just press X. Alright, so everyone, bless RNG bless, whatever it is. Let's get this quick kill here.
So I have my rockets already out in there.
Let's finish this, Snake. Ray may have been designed as a wrecking, but you've got me on your
So
side.
he's gonna stand up. Hopefully he's gonna. That's good.
See? First jump's good. Oh, you were supposed to do it with the second jump. This might still be okay though. Damn. Alright.
Hopefully he'll jump again. If he jumps again, I won't kill him, but I'll do tremendous amounts of damage. That's good enough.
So at this point, if you miss the quick kill, which it's not uncommon to miss that kill is extremely annoying. The fight basically turns into a giant Rochambeau. You both have machine guns, you both have lasers, and you both have rockets. If he uses rockets, you use machine gun. If he uses laser, you use, well, I guess you use machine gun. And if he uses machine gun, you just kick him. It's not really Rochambeau now that I think about it. Yeah, the big goal is going to be to get Ray in a position where what he's going to do is jump. And if we are expecting that jump and are anticipating it, we're going to launch the FE laser, and it's going to hit Ray as he contacts the ground and do a immense amount of damage to him, as Raichu stated. Typically, he jumps after a full stagger, or like a full knockdown, but at this point, it looks like we're just gonna go for just attacking him.
Because
on Ellie, on Ellie, his health is easy enough to deal with. Oh, that was a good jump too.
It's just he was in a pretty bad position. So it's actually, if you guys are familiar with the Sparty and Sergeant race MPS4, Sergeant got the quick kill, Sparty lost like immense amount. This isn't just, there's no like right way to fight Ray except for the quick kill. So if you don't get that any other way, it's a bad thing. You just kind of deal damage where you can.
Typically, if you get the quick kill, the fight's about, I think world record, if you IL this, is probably, there's a 15-second one, but we do like a 35-second quick kill. If you miss that, this fight takes like 4 minutes.
But he's dead now, so it's fine. Don't need to worry about
He's dead. Do you want to know your pace? Or would you rather
Yeah,
just
what
finish
is
the
it
run?
actually? I'm just curious.
You are beating Ray at 141 RTA.
I think I could be underestimated if Liquid goes okay.
Yeah, if you get a lot of, if Act 5 goes well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm kind of worried about with Act 5 is what do you call it? Liquid. Not Liquid. Top deck.
Well, you're on LE, should be okay. So just throw the chaff correctly, and everything should be fine.
Pretty much, yeah.
And you can always put the mask on if you're worried about the frogs at the door.
Actually, just give me 1 second.
Alright, so Act 5, top deck's probably, I mean, if you want to go fast, top deck's probably the 3rd hardest room, because if you mess this room up, you get an alert, and when there's an alert, there's a door you have to do a number of twists to open. And if there's an alert, everyone in the room is focusing on you and attacking you. And getting hit will stagger you, knock you off, and you'll have to reset the whole door. On top of the fact that there are geckos, which will do a lot of damage to you and just continually harass you. If we do get an alert, most likely we're just going to pull out the 50 cal, call it a day. Alright, so now that we have the alert, I imagine we're just going to 50 cal any geckos that get in the way. And we can also use, well, I don't know. I'm looking to see what Raichu does here with the menu as a backup. This room's really, really scary. Okay, so it looks like we're just going to take all the frogs out so that we don't get shot a lot. Do remember you have to throw the chaff early, so I don't know if it'll work now that you have the alert on. Let's see. Alright. Wow. Nice. Didn't get kicked.
Snake, use that watertight door to get in.
Alright, let's see if we can get this door open or not. It's LE. Alright, he's gonna have to take out all the enemies here now. He's not going to be able to get that door open because there's a gecko right next to him, and he's being harassed. We're watching. He's going for it. Yeah, this is why I was saying this room is really, really stressful if you get an alert in it. Alright, there's the 50 cal coming out. He's got to take out these geckos, get them out of the equation. There's that ragdoll we were talking about earlier. When things go wrong in this game, you could just go flying, enemies harass you. So it's having backups for all of these strats. Alright, there we go. We shouldn't get staggered here. And we're through. Alright, so now we just gotta lay on this elevator in this room and get rid of the alert. The elevator will activate as soon as an evasion starts when you're in the middle. If you're in this like edge position, it's not gonna activate. But it's better than walking out and getting seen and re-triggering the alert. I guess we're taking it super safe here. After that, it's better than losing another or waiting through another alert cycle.
Yeah, that went about as well as I thought it would.
Top deck happens, man. It happens. Hey, I like how you tried. You just should be able to just move into the elevator, right? And it'll activate. You're on a caution.
Yeah, I know.
I like how you kept trying for that, and then you were like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, no,
50 cal.
I felt like I could if I mashed fast enough, but I think Snake's turning speed is locked to a certain.
Yeah, I think it's fixed. All right, so this next room would normally have a strat called frog skip. But the interesting thing about the quote-unquote easiest difficulty is that there is no frog skip. The way the mechanics of this game work, it's impossible to pull off what we call frog skip, which is basically, if you guys watched MGS2 last time, I believe, Raichu, you do Tengu skip, right?
Yes.
Imagine Tengu skip from MGS2. Same principle. Doesn't work here because knocking a guard out instantly overrides any other form of keeping them alive.
Yeah,
so
it's impossible. Like, I've tried different ways of screwing around with it, and it just doesn't work.
So for LE, you actually have to practice this set of frogs, and I mean, we've already established that the game has auto aim and a single shot will take out an enemy. But you need to know, where do all 15 frogs spawn? When are they doing animations that you can't shoot them in? There's actually quite a bit of tech. And to be completely honest, it's not really been super routed, the true optimal strat for LE frogs.
Yeah, no, I just kind of just wait for them to show up and then try to kill them as quickly as I can. And what also sucks is when you shoot these guys up here, they always fall over the rail, which is, I think, is a little bit slower than if they just didn't do that.
I don't know if you can get all 5 of them before they jump down. I think at least one will always be jumping down. But yeah, first wave spawns on the ground. Second wave up there. They stay up on top for quite a while, and then they hop down. The third wave will always run and jump down. Another thing about frogs that we haven't talked about yet, if Raichu attempts to melee one of these frogs from the front without staggering them first, the frog is going to counter CQC you and put you in a chokehold with I think it's called a Garrett, basically a rope.
Yeah, they're just gonna jump the shit out of you.
Huh?
They're just gonna jump the shit out of you.
Yeah, they're not gonna be fun. So this is reference to someone you might know. You might all know this character quite well. This is also the fight why you use the master key. Not the, that's why you put the master key on. This fight, it pays homage to Psycho Mantis, someone everyone knows. There's a Sorrow doll, there's a Psycho doll. Specifically, we want the Psycho doll because the Mantis doll is for people who are alive. Mantis is alive, and the other doll, what the Sorrow doll does, is it controls all of the people who we have killed in the room, which on LE essentially means all 50 frogs.
Wow, my aim is up tier.
You can go back to 50 cal if you're more comfortable with that.
I'm not doing a terribly good job with the master.
Yeah.
And the reload is so slow on it as well. And the other, the fun thing about the dolls is, obviously Meryl is being forced to shoot herself in the head right now, but we don't actually have to stop her because shooting the doll breaks the chain effectively, breaks the possession. There's a doll.
Alright, so we cannot, even on New Game Plus, until you physically pick that doll up, you cannot defeat Mantis, because the only way to do it is... Ooh. Okay, you didn't drop the doll, though. I guess on LE, that doesn't drop the doll. That's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, it can? Okay, so you just gotta... So yeah, you physically cannot beat this boss without picking up the Mantis doll, and the way you do that is, as the prompt that showed on screen, is you start vigorously shaking, rotating your controller. There's a whole bunch of ways to do it. You can do it without 6-axis, but I don't suggest that.
No, I wouldn't either. I think you have to fiddle with. You have to hold L1.
Vulcan? You know what? Actually, I've never heard that Vulcan theory before. Major, you've sold me. That is wow. Did you know that fight was a callback to Vulcan? I'm sold, dude. I'm sold.
I believe it. I mean, I believe anything anymore. Also, I'll be right back. Once I get to this hallway, I'm just gonna prop my controller down and let Snake move by himself because I need to.
Yeah. All right. So this is the final build-up, all the tension, all of the energy. It's these long. Whoa. It's these hallways full of conversations. Getting you mentally prepared for what's coming. I mean, yeah. That's it. This game is a cinematic experience if that's not been established yet. Raichu. Oh no. Raichu? Raichu, please. Okay, we fixed it. We got it. We fixed it. No, never mind. No, oh no. There we go.
Go, hurry, hurry.
Whew.
We'll meet
Day saved.
on the other side.
Time to do your duty.
Day's been saved.
Failure.
So this last room, as you saw, Snake did like a little jiggle. The game essentially takes over for Snake and lets him move. Yeah, it was a manip, guys. We were just manipping the game.
Really? Like, I had to use the bathroom. So I was up on the analyst. I tried to prop it down in such a way that, like I do with the ladder for Juice Tree, it just didn't work. And I come back and the first thing I see is Snake on the wall. Well,
Yeah.
It was one of the, like, there's no other breaks in this run, and I needed this for defense.
It's fine. You were demonstrating the one theory we had for Act 3 skip.
Yeah. So we were thinking if you're gonna put this wall in an act after Act 3. I think you're supposed to use a chaff here, right?
Yeah, if you have a chaff, you can throw it here.
Wow.
I don't think you're gonna get it. And don't worry about it now. Just go to the end.
I've already lost this much time. So yeah, we're coming up to the last part of the game, to Liquid. So Liquid is a piece of shit, honestly. I think that's fair to say. He's a bad man.
He can be, yeah. Look, he's very technical. There's a lot of stuff to explain, but for the most part, I think well, you know what? I'll get there after this. First thing, everyone get your dinners ready. This microwave tunnel is so warm that it will warm up refrigerated food through the screen. Once again, I'd like to point out the aspect ratio. If you look at the top of the screen, there is another large black bar. Again, wonderful programming.
The thing, what makes that worse is there's also a big black bar in the center. You know? It's like, you know, they just wanted to keep it looking. They wanted it dead even. Nothing else would do. You know, could have given you more games for you to work with. Oh no. Could have just not had this whole thing going on up there. But,
I mean, what's not to love about up there? I mean, it's literally just marry me, Meryl. No, but why? Because marry me, Johnny. Like, that's literally what we're watching up there. It's just that enacted.
While because Apache mentioned YouTube, so while we're staring at Snake's ass, if there's like 3 of you or not sub to me on YouTube, would you mind? If you wouldn't mind, because I have 97 out of 100, and I really want that. I want 100 subs. You can find my channel fairly easy, it's just called Raichu. Don't follow me on Twitch.
Sellouts, vanity URLs.
Yeah, don't follow me on Twitch, because I have enough Twitch followers. Just follow me on YouTube. I don't get anything out of extra followers on Twitch. I mean, follow me on both, I guess. That'd be nice, but if you have to pick one, just go to YouTube. I want to change my channel name, my channel URL. It's if your channel is super old, you were allowed to change it like years ago. But I guess to cut down on like server space and stuff like that, just to keep. I guess they wanted to like make it so that not everybody could have a new
incentivize
URL.
it.
You have to open subs, because otherwise I guess people are making channels and giving them custom URLs and just like forgetting the password, fucking off and making a new channel.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I'd
not
love
true,
to
Major.
have.
You actually your account had to be like 30 days old or something.
I'd love to have Sergeant Silent, but I'm fine recommending ZCXY13-_. You know what? I mean, I'll just take it. Whoa there.
Thank you, Apache, for linking my YouTube. Also, thanks for the follow, whoever that was. That was my Twitch alerts. I hit them.
It's a marathon. Why do you not have those turned off, right?
I do.
Come on.
I hit the source, but the audio's still playing. Let me actually properly do that. My apologies. Okay. How do I turn this off? Shut down source file. Anyway, apologies for the Pikachu sound.
Sub Pog.
Alright, so here we go. Thank you,
Alright,
JMC.
so we're through the microwave tunnel. This is it. We're coming up. Final fight. Here we go. Long and short of this fight is there are 4 phases. Liquid's health bar has certain thresholds, and what Raichu is going to do is try to manipulate him in certain ways through things like PPKs, punch kicks, in response to what Liquid does, or a punch loop, or single punch, because just like MGS1, we can loop him. But really, I'm just going to let the fight speak for itself, because the music's amazing, and the gameplay's going to carry it.
I pressed R1 too. This is fine, it's still damage, it's just...
So the first time you get knocked down, you're always going to get this prompt, regardless of when it happens.
I was like,
There we
I'm
go.
pretty sure I was like about to transition, that's why I was trying to hit him again and he kicked me.
Yep. In order to do... Sure. In order to do a transition, you have to completely drop the combo.
So, the thing about the MGS2 is we need to be careful of that. Because he has like a super powerful punch that will just wreck your whole thing.
Alright, I think we're gonna go to the second time. Because you're at 2 minutes at Liquid. I think you're good to show the big boss one, right? Yeah, right, yeah, we'll do that one.
What's the timer now?
2 flat, pretty much.
Oh yeah, no, like this, we're 10 minutes ahead.
Alright, so this is phase 2.
And you
Big
can
scary
infinite
punch.
hit.
We don't want to get hit by that.
I can infinitely put in this phase as well, but because of his stupid punch, I just choose not to, because even though you're in an infinite with him, it won't stop him trying to do it. And if he gets it off, it just loses so much time, because he knocks you down and just...
Yeah. Phase 2 Liquid will just back away. He'll just back away. There is a 1-punch loop that we've started implementing recently, but it's no more or less effective than just PPKing him. Alright, phase 3.
This one's
Shoutouts to Raichu for running the game. The song is for him.
So I can't attack him when his hands are open like that, because he's going to CQC me. But if he has his fists up like he does there, it's cool. But if he has his hands like in that weird shape with his hands open, he's gonna grab it and release it. That's a headache. One thing you can do is when you land 2 punches, you get a prompt for a triangle. So that was what you did. If you hit triangle after you press like I'm gonna try and get it. So you'll have to, and that does tremendous damage. If he does it to you.
Yeah. So I have to ask, the headbutt is exclusive to phase 3. Does that have any homage to MGS3? Was there any headbutts in that game that I'm not aware about?
I think Snake headbutts also up in the big. No, Vulcan headbutts Snake. When he's dressed as Raichu, he levels him with headbutt. When he's beaten up because he's angry that he hurt Raichu. He absolutely.
Alright.
He fucking bursts him with headbutt like. Yeah, put the desk when I think it's not over yet.
Alright, so this is phase 4. Phase 4 is the easiest. All you have to do, hold forward as Snake takes the 3rd step, throw the punch, and then just essentially, I think it's R1. He just bashed R1.
No,
and
Ocelot will always get 8 punch, I think.
on LE, you can do it without him getting any punches.
Oh.
On normal and hard, he'll get 2, and on the hardest difficulty, he'll get 3. Sorry. 1 and 2, not 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Alright. So we're gonna go to let's see. Yeah. Looking at estimate, we're going to go to the second place to call time.
Actually, I think I'll just call it here because it's getting late.
Okay. Alright. So then
be
time
ready.
is coming up.
Be ready.
It's gonna be this punch as it connects. And that's gonna be time. We're gonna call it.
What am I doing? Like, if we're a little bit ahead of schedule, that's fine. I was thinking like I don't want to ruin the schedule, but I mean stupid. I ruined the schedule.
I mean,
yesterday.
you're the runner. It's your call. We can still show it.
Nah, I'll let this bit play out here. And then I'll say my
Alright.
goodbyes. I'll turn the game down a little because it feels loud in my ears.
But anyway, yep, that was Liquid. That fight's really fun. Probably, in my opinion, best boss fight in all of Metal Gear. I know that might be a hot take, but I really like that fight.
No, that fight is really good. That's like one of the best parts of the game, honestly, if not the whole series. But thank you for the GGs. I finished Underestimate. I told you that would probably happen.
Woo! Underestimate! Made up for MGS2.
Even despite all those fucking
FF.
nonsense with the resistance. Oh dear.
I think you even finished MGS1 Underestimate. You played this and MGS1 and finished Underestimate.
Oh, that's the new one, FF. Fair fucks. Fair fucks, yeah. But yeah, so thank you for thanks for watching. Thank you to Sergeant, of course, for commentating with me when I was failing English. Because
it's all good.
Sometimes it's really hard to talk and play this game because there's a lot going on. Even if it looks like there's not, there's a lot in your head. Unfortunately, Liquid is dying, so rip Liquid. But yeah, of course, huge thank you to Bob for that raid and everyone's kindness and getting a level 5 hype train. I mean, ridiculous. Everyone who's donated to help out Philo, you know, let me just quickly open up the stream and see what the totals are at the moment.
Oh, we're at 539.93.
I'm getting an ad, so yeah. $539, like that's crazy. Like, you guys are killing it, and you should be incredibly proud of yourselves, especially D-Limes and Apache for putting all this together. They've done an exceptional job here. I'm very proud of them. Very proud of them. But yeah, I am gonna probably say goodbye.
You're pretty good.
Yeah. You guys, you're all pretty good.